I saw some Halloween decorations lying around, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to film a Halloween related video. I haven't really done any of these, and we're starting to get into the depths of October. Depths. So I'm like, well, might as well jump in on the spooky spirit, the vibes. So I have some Halloween stuff around me. I got some candles lit. I have a pumpkin back there, so you can see we're very, very, very festive today. But I think this is gonna spark a whole flu. Is that even a word? A whole series of Halloween-related content up until the holiday itself. So let's just get into it. I don't really have anything planned. I do have some Halloween-related stuff. I got a book right here, some other books, but I thought I'd just kind of like talk, do a nice little whisper ramble. I feel like I haven't done just a video dedicated to that in a while, so let's think about it. What do we want to talk about today? Well, I guess in the spirit of Halloween, we can talk about some of my favorite Halloween traditions. So Halloween's one of my favorite holidays, and I think mainly it's just because, as a kid, it is so meaningful. It's like, what were you going to be that year? And everyone would talk about, what they're going to be for Halloween, and usually that day, everyone would dress up at school, and you would just get ready for the night to go trick-or-treating, and that was so fun. I remember one year I really wanted to be this costume. It was called Bloody Bones, and it was like a skeleton, like a cloaked skeleton who had like a staff, and his like rib cage was exposed, and he had a thing of fake blood, and you could pump the thing, pump, and the blood would like circulate through the exposed ribs, and I thought that was so cool, and I wanted to be him so bad. And the first Halloween, it was just too late in the season, so I couldn't get him. The second Halloween in a row, I wanted to be him. My parents said I could, and then I misbehaved. I forget what I did, but so they said I wasn't allowed to be Bloody Bones because it was a relatively expensive costume. So apologies, I just threw my phone. So I had to, what did I do? I kind of had to like improvise, and I found like a old like zombie mask lying around, and I was like a zombie vampire. I don't know, it didn't make sense, but that's what you get when you misbehave right before Halloween. So I wasn't allowed to be Bloody Bones that year, but the third year I was at my best behavior, and I was able to be Bloody Bones. And I remember Halloween night, I actually had a soccer game. I think Halloween was on like a Saturday or whatever, and I had like a 4 or 5 p.m. soccer game, and trick-or-treating was at like 7. And so I remember I finished my game and immediately climbed in the car, and my cousin was there, and he was in his costume, and we drove towards my neighborhood. It was probably like a 20-minute drive, and I just changed in the car. I was so excited, and we hopped out, and trick-or-treating was just about to start. So I got the fake blood ready, and I started pumping it, and the blood was going all around. That was like, you can tell like if a costume is meaningful, if you can still like remember vividly like what the costume looked like, what you did for the costume, or like what it was called. And I know that sometimes making your own costume is way more fun, and honestly probably more memorable. But there's a certain few costumes out there that if you purchase from the catalog, costume. And I remember some of my friends were also Power Rangers, but they had the actual suit with like the stitched in fake muscles, and I kind of felt like out of place, but I don't think anyone cared because I was accepted as part of the Power Ranger group nonetheless. When I was like really little, like 1 or 2, I was Bam Bam from the Flintstones. For any of you who know who that is, but I had like a, whatever you would call it, like a fake cheetah print or leopard print thing that they like stitched around like one arm and kind of draped over like a cloth. So I was Bam Bam. I was Darth Vader one year, and I think the final year I went trick or treating was sometime in high school, and my friend and I, we put on suits, and then we had chicken heads, and we walked around as guys in suits with chicken heads. I know it was random, but we had to come up with something. Another thing, the morph suit. I was a morph suit guy. I had a morph suit for 1 year. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I think we still have it, and it's gotten its fair bit of use post Halloween, so can't complain about that too much. But if you were a morph suit kid, also let me know, because I was the blue morph suit. I just remember, like, when you wore that to school, you had to put shorts over it just because it was a little revealing. What else about Halloween? Oh, the school parties were always like some of my favorite. In 1st or 2nd grade, we had it was like a guess the body part thing where there were like these boxes, right? And they had a hole cut into them, and you had to reach in and you had to feel. And there was like different things, like they took your foods and made them like feel like body parts. So, for example, someone took grapes and peeled them, so it was just like the fleshy part of the grape, and they're in a bowl in the box, and you had to reach in and you feel it. It's supposed to feel like eyeballs, so you get like the correct answer was eyes. Someone had spaghetti or something with something on it. It was supposed to feel like not a kidney, but I don't even know. Some internal organ. So that was always really fun. And then you like guess the amount of candy corn in like a bowl or whatever. And funny enough, we actually have a thing of candy corn right here. I don't even like candy corn that much, but it's just like a fall essential, especially around Halloween. Look, it's a pumpkin jar. Pumpkin. Yeah, it's just like aesthetic to have it around the house. They smell kind of good too, but I think this was full of caramel the other day, like caramel cubes. Now it's full of candy corn. I probably shouldn't be running my hand through it, but they're alright. They're not bad by any means, but I just feel like I want to eat a lot of these. Oh, one more. Okay. What are some other Halloween things? Oh, I love like the Myers mask. Every Halloween I want one. And then I'm like, no, I don't need it. Because usually they have like an end of year sale, like post Halloween, where you can buy one. Because it's like heavily discounted. I'm like, oh, should I get one for the next year? I'm like, no, probably won't even like care about it that much. And every year I regret I don't do it, but we'll see if I buy one this year. Because I want a good Michael Myers mask. He's my favorite. But obviously like Jason, Friday the 13th, he's good. Freddy Krueger, the Scream mask, all iconic Halloween, the slasher films, but something about Halloween, and they had the new movies. So my friend Nathan and I would always go and watch them in the theater, just because we both like Michael Myers and the Halloween series. So that's fun. But I don't think there's any this year. I think there's some horror movies, but there's a difference, I think, between the classic horror movie, like paranormal, like activity, and like demonic stuff, and then slasher films. I mean, something about Halloween taking place on Halloween like adds to it, but yeah, there's just something about like Friday the 13th and Halloween that really encapsulate the overall Halloween holiday more than like a typical horror movie. I want to do Haunted House. I think I might go to Cedar Point this year. Cedar Point's in Ohio. It's not that far away, but it's an amusement park. Honestly, I think it's the best amusement park in the world. It's kind of iconic. But they do this thing called why am I blanking? Halloweekends, where they basically decorate the entire park for like the month of October, because it's like the final month that it's open, and then they have haunted houses like open after a certain time, and it's like apparently they're like legitimately pretty good, like not meant for younger kids. So I really want to try that. I went last year, but they didn't have the haunted houses open. But it's just amazing going on the rides like in the dark, because they had everything like lit up. But the rides are just way more fun in the dark because you don't see what's coming next. So it's like more unpredictable. It's kind of like Space Mountain in Disney World. Like everything's pitch black, so you're just kind of being like flung around it. Yeah, that's ridiculously fun. But I want to try to hit some of those amusement parks, or not amusement parks, haunted houses, because just the the rides aspect last year alone was so fun. It was my first time ever doing it, so I just feel like I gotta go again. So I'll have to keep you guys updated on that. Other things about the fall, like the cider mill. Our town is a very good cider mill, so I gotta get some cider and donuts. Gotta carve pumpkins pretty soon. What else? Oh, usually like hay rides and corn mazes. For those of you who don't live in the Midwest during the fall, I'm sorry. I guess if you live out east in like New Hampshire, New England area, I've heard it's beautiful out there, but if you're in like Texas right now, you probably don't understand the hype about fall. It's just different up here. Everything is changing colors and stuff. And it's like the final brace before winter, because once you get to like January, February of winter, it's just like, it sucks. You don't want any more winter. But yeah, the weather from like July into this end of December is cool, because it's like changing enough where every new season is like really exciting, because you got the end of summer, which is great, you got fall, which is great, and then beginning of winter, which is really exciting because like Christmas and stuff are coming up. And then after that, who cares? Like, that's when winter becomes the dog days of winter. I know they say dog days of summer, but the dog days of winter is the thing. So I'm not excited for that, but that's off in the distance. We don't have to worry about that right now. Oh, football. Yeah, I saw someone in the comments section mentioned Michigan and the Lions. I am having such a great year for football. I know a lot of you probably, especially if you're out of the States, are unfamiliar with football, but it's my favorite sport to watch. It's probably what I'm most passionate about. Because of that, and probably footy, like European football is up there, and basketball, those are like things I actually care about. But Michigan football is so good this year, so I'm very excited about that. And then the Lions, who are a historically terrible franchise in the NFL, are good. So this is like crazy for me. Like the Lions are so bad. They're like the epitome of terrible, and they're good this year. So that's so exciting. You can kind of feel like the city's like rejuvenated and back in them, and it's really cool. They're like really cool to see. But yeah, that's what's going on in terms of football. We got our game against Michigan State this upcoming Saturday. A big rivalry game, and Michigan State hasn't looked very good, but you never know with rivalry games, even though I think we're going to kill them. I really hope so. So, I'm excited for that, debating about going. But yeah, if you guys follow NFL or college football at all, like, let me know in the comment sections. I know my friend Joon, huge NFL guy, so if you want us to talk about that at all, fall's the perfect football season, so we can make that a video. We had like a pumpkin football up there. It's like a football, but made into a jack-o'-lantern. So maybe I'll make that a set item for the football video if you guys want one. It'd basically just be a whisper ramble, but we'd be talking about football, so I think that'd be fun. I really don't have anything else. I got this pumpkin bucket. It's full of things to carve pumpkins with, like different types of knives and like carvers and scoopers. So I'm not gonna reach into that, but I just saw it lying around. I'm like, man, I want to carve pumpkins soon. So, man, it's fun. Look at it. But yeah, that's all I have for this video. Hopefully you guys like this semi-festive set. It is a little too light out for the candles to really be showing, but that's fine. It's fine. Once we go back to the actual set, I think a candle will really pop. So, hoping to do that soon. But yeah, I'm home and I want to have a productive Sunday, so I decided to do this. I appreciate you guys tuning in to the channel as always, and if you're still watching, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.